Trayvon Digi, December 26th. So I got this tweet pulled up. I saw this tweet. I was scrolling. I'm going to read it to you. The tweet says, success is only a matter of creating the conditions necessary for success. Just as a farmer doesn't grow plants, they create the conditions in which plants grow. Let's go through that one more time. A farmer doesn't grow plants. They just create the conditions in which the plants grow. The farmer doesn't have to physically grow a plant. He doesn't have to sit out there and no. You know what I'm saying? He just has to create the conditions for the plant to grow. So what does that mean? Okay, well, he has to take care of the land. Make sure the land is properly conditioned. He has to make sure that, there's no weeds. It's not overran with weeds, that it's not too dry, that it has the proper nutrients to grow. That's all he has to do is create the conditions for the plant to grow. And it's a guarantee that as long as my land is taken care of and this plant is properly watered and has the nutrients, everything, it's guaranteed that this plant will grow. 100%. And your success is no different. Okay, your success is no different. Looking at your success as a plant, you are the farmer of your own life. Okay, and all you have to do to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve is create the proper conditions. So let's take a scenario here. Let's say we have a plot of land, right? I have a plot of land, and it's overgrown with weeds. The weeds are this tall. The weeds 6 feet tall. You can't even see the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And then underneath, that dirt is dry, it's cracked, it's got no nutrients in it. So if I just go out there and I sprinkle my seeds all throughout this plot of land that's all fucked up, how can I expect these seeds to grow? These seeds don't have the proper conditions to grow. You know what I'm saying? And this is how your life works with success. So what do you have to do? In terms of creating those proper conditions, mind you, the first thing I said was the weeds are overgrown. So what do we have to do? We got to chop the weeds down. We got to get rid of the weeds. Looking at your life, what would the weeds be? Some common weeds that most people have. How much are you drinking? Are you getting drunk 5 to 6 nights out of the week? How much are you smoking? That's a conversation a lot of people don't want to have, because everybody that smokes swears it doesn't affect them or their productivity. That's a conversation a lot of people don't want to have. How much are you smoking? How much are you drinking? Those are weeds. Anything that distracts you from working towards your goal, anything that distracts you from working on yourself, working towards this certain aspiration, is considered a weed. With you being the farmer of your own life, trying to grow this success, that's how you have to look at these type of things. Anything that takes my focus away, anything that distracts me from working, it's a weed. How much are you drinking? How much are you smoking? What type of people are you around? People can be weeds too. So maybe you have a group of friends that the only thing they want to do is drink and smoke, and that's all y'all do. Every time y'all get together, it's just a party. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, you have a friend that's just negative. I can't be around negativity. That's not going to help me grow. So what are the weeds in your life? Like I said, drinking, smoking, negative people. How much are you scrolling on social media? How much time are you wasting on social media? There's 168 hours in a week. Look at your screen time and see how much of it are you wasting scrolling through TikTok and Reels. You know what I'm saying? These are all weeds. And any weeds, like I said, as the farmer of your own life, trying to grow your success, you have to cut them out, because your success is not going to grow under these conditions. And so, these are easy things to get rid of. I'll reword that. It's very simple to get rid of these weeds. It's not easy, because we grow familiar with these distractions. We grow familiar with these weeds. We grow familiar with these vices. And so, it can become easier to stay comfortable with the weeds growing in our garden than it is to chop the weeds down. We grow comfortable with that shit that can be bad for us. I'm straying away from the original point. I'll bring it back to this. Your plot of land is overgrown with weeds. Remind you, drinking, smoking, negative people. We got to get rid of those weeds, because our seeds will never grow under those conditions. Now, let's say we get rid of all that shit. Let's say we get sober, we stop drinking, we stop smoking, we cut out all the negative people. Okay, cool. Those are just the physical weeds. Now you have to think about your internal weeds, the conditions of your mind. You can stop drinking and stop smoking and stop hanging around people, but if you, in your mind you still don't believe that you can grow or that you can achieve this goal or whatever, there was no point of cutting them other things off. You should have stayed high because you're not thinking correctly. You might as well just stay high if you're not thinking correctly, because you're still not going to get what it is that you're looking for. Internal conditions. You are going to get 100% of the time. This is universal law. Universal law. 100% of the time, you are going to get what it is that you are thinking about. 100% of the time. Let's take two people, for example. We have person A. Person A, the way he talks to himself is positive. Person A says, oh yeah, I'm confident and I'm good with women. And consequently, person A has all the experiences with women that he wants to have. Person A is successful in his thought. Let's take another person, person B. Person B, he doesn't quite have the confidence. The way he talks to himself is, oh, you know, I don't really have the confidence with women. I'm not too good with girls. And consequently, person B does not have those experiences that he wants with women. Both of these people are successful. And now you're thinking, how the fuck, if person B is not getting the things that he wants, how is he successful? His thoughts are matching his outcomes. That's what success means. When your thoughts match your outcomes, that's success. And a lot of people don't think about it like this. Nobody tells you you can be negatively successful. If you think, oh, I'm just out of shape and I'm fat and I'll never get in shape, I'll never get the body that I want, and then you keep eating bullshit and you keep getting bigger and more out of shape, you're successful. Because you're successfully manifesting those negative thoughts. So along with creating the proper physical conditions, the proper physical environment, you have to create the proper internal environment as well. You have to think on that plane of your success. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in who you are right now. You have to be able to visualize who it is that you want to be. Start acting and start moving as that person today. It's all about the conditions of your life. It's all about the conditions in which you create. How can you expect to get that body that you want, or that money that you want, that car that you want, if every day you wake up and first thing you do, roll up, get high, get straight on social media, scroll until it's time to go to work, come home, crack a beer, drink, go to sleep? How do you expect to get that success that you want within those conditions? Those seeds are never going to grow that way. Okay? You are the farmer of your own life. And it is up to you to create those proper conditions for those seeds to grow. Only you can do that. I got to farm for myself. I got to take care of my people. I got to grow my crops. And as much as I would like to help you, I can't stop what I'm doing and come over and till your yard and cut your weeds out. I can't do that. Nobody's going to do that for you. Nobody is coming to save you. You got to grow your crops for your family. Nobody is coming to save you. You're the farmer of your own life. You have to create those conditions for your success to grow. But I say all that to say this. Maybe your plot of land, maybe it is overrun with weeds. Maybe there's a lot of weeds. And maybe the ground is dry and it doesn't have the proper nutrients yet. Maybe that's the case. But don't beat yourself over it. Don't beat yourself up for that. Excuse me. Why Triple M? You know, for those of you that aren't familiar with me and my personal brand, why Triple M stands for Young Men Make Mistakes. Young Women Make Mistakes. And so maybe on your plot of land, your weeds are 6 feet tall and the soil is too dry and there's no nutrients. Maybe that is the case. But you have to be able to recognize that and accept it for what it is. We can't dwell on the past. Okay, in the past, I've been fucking up. Okay, in the past, I wasn't creating the proper conditions. That's okay. You just have to be honest with yourself, accept that, and know from today and every day going forward, I'm going to work on creating those proper conditions. I'm going to start with cutting the weeds down. Maybe the weeds are 6 feet tall. Maybe you got little trees growing up on your shit. Maybe you've been really fucking up. Maybe you got trees growing on your shit. It's not going to be a one-day process. You know, farmers work from the time the sun comes up until a couple hours past the sun goes down. You know what I'm saying? It's an all day, every day thing that you have to work. So maybe, like I said, maybe your plot of land is fucked up. Don't be discouraged. One day at a time. Let's start with these weeds. Let's chop the weeds down. Let's remove this. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. Okay, cool. Bow. Now let's start thinking different. Let's change this internally, this, etc. One day at a time. Create those conditions for your seeds to grow. And I can guarantee you, with the proper conditions, your success will grow. Only you can determine what those conditions are. You know, for me, I would say I'm not as good if I'm smoking and drinking. I'm not as good. My drive is not as high. I'm not as determined. Maybe for you, you know how to maneuver through those. Okay, I can't tell you exactly what those conditions are. Only you can decide what those conditions are and how they pertain to your success. That's up for you to decide. But just know, as long as you can create the proper conditions, it's 100% universal fact that success will grow. That's all I got to say. I just saw that tweet, and I hopped on the phone with one of my homeboys. I was inspired today. I just saw that tweet, man. I just wanted to bring that to y'all. I just want you to know, as long as you create those proper conditions for your success, it'll grow. But I'm out. Trayvon, Digi. I love y'all. Till next time.